Happy Valley on a Wednesday night, a 9-race programme ahead of a quick backup as we head back to Sha Tin on Saturday afternoon. A very warm welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Lejeune. I'm very pleased to say I'm joined by our form analyst in Paul Lally and race caller Mark McNamara as well. And Mark, good programme as well Wednesday night. A couple of decent sprints to finish the card.
It really is, Andrew. Yeah, the 9 races again this week, and there's an early class race 2, which is class 3, the second race. It's very much a night for the sprinters too, with only races 2 and 6 over the 1,650 metres. The rest of the race is spread across the 1,000 and the 1,200. So if you like them hard and fast, Happy Valley's the place to be.
It most certainly is. Any jackpots to look forward to, Paul, Wednesday night? And first starters as well. What do you look at there?
Yeah, there is a couple of first starters. There's one I like in particular, actually. And there is a couple of really good jackpots. The Triple Trio jackpot of 5.6 million and also the 6-up win bonus of 3.3 million. So definitely 2 jackpots to take an interest in there.
Yeah, Triple Trio didn't go off on the weekend either, so that jackpot's again a double jackpot heading towards Saturday afternoon. Before we get into Happy Valley's programme, though, we'll see if we can find you some winners for the future with our horses to follow. Yeah, we're just taking things up a notch this week as well, Paul. We've got 2 horses to follow, 2 for the price of 1. What have you found?
I found 2 horses that raced at Sha Tin on the weekend. The first one I'm going to look at here is Team Good Luck. Now, he's had 2 starts here in Hong Kong, both over 1,200 metres. This was his second start. He was 77 to 1 on debut, and he was only 10 to 1 here. So he's definitely improved from start 1 to start 2. You can see once he got into the clear, he hit the line very strongly. Now, both his runs have been over 1,200. I think once you step up to 1,400 metres, it's going to be absolutely ideal for him. He ended up 5th, but it was a very good run, I thought, and he's definitely the one to follow for the future. And the second one horse that I found comes up now. He was on debut here in Hong Kong. He'd won a couple of times in the UK before he got here. He's called CP Brave, and he missed the start quite badly, this horse. He did miss it by 2 or 3 lengths. He came through the inside, and he hit the line strongly. Now, he started off here at 1,400 metres. I think we're going to see the best of him when he steps up to 1,600 or 1,800 metres as well. Obviously, the horse that won this is very, very good, Fantastic Treasure. And you can see once he got into the clear, he just really hit the line really nicely. I thought it was a good run for him, and he's another horse that ran 5th. So a couple of horses that ran 5th on the weekend.
All right, Fantastic Treasure. David Hayes saying he'll have 1 more start, and he's aiming at the Classic Mile next year's 4-year-old series. Mark, what have you got?
Going back to Happy Valley last Wednesday night for the first one, Andrew, a horse called Good Buddy. Now, this was only his 3rd start. He'd shown good improvement at the race leading into this, and he maybe should have run 3rd. He gets a check near the line. He started good odds this night. He was about 23 to 1. You won't be getting that money next time. You can see him just continually making ground through the middle. Gets that check there near the line. David Hall trains, and he's shown good improvement since he's been here in Hong Kong, as has this horse. This is Champions Day. Meaningful Star in those pink blinkers. You can see him. He's trying to work out inside of horses there and just was held up for a run. He went over 1,400 at Galway and 1,600 metres at Nace. This was his first time over 1,600 metres in Hong Kong. He finishes in behind them. He was somewhat luckless. He had to change direction 1 or 2 times. Francis Loy trains him, and for 1,800 metres, just like the way both of those 2, Good Buddy and Meaningful Star, found the line. Seriously,
Hayes, I'm winning that race. He is a horse in form. Right, for me, we're actually, well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise we've already watched this race because Team Good Luck is in it, but Tronic Mighty, the horse down the round. Now, he was on debut here for David Hayes. You see him just trying to angle out there, find some clear running behind Jade Phoenix and Rhapsody. He doesn't actually pick up as much as I thought he might. He sort of runs around a little bit green in the closing stage. He's had 6 trials coming into this, but the Hayes stable really starting to hit some form of late, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse back out again and pick up a race, certainly this season, but he's definitely a horse for next year as well. So that's Tronic Mighty. He was on debut. Next horse, though, we haven't seen on race day as yet, but hopefully will do soon. This is Master 8. Frankie Law trains. Joe Moreira in the saddle here. Now, his all-weather trial, his 3rd trial so far. He's had 1 on the all-weather, 1 at Sha Tin on the turf and 1 at Happy Valley. He's won 2 of the 3 and 3rd in the other one. He looks like he's ready to go, so wouldn't be surprised to see him turn up in the entries very soon. He races in the Tornado Twist colours as well. He ran very well on the weekend himself. So Master 8 for me. We got Team Good Luck and CP Brave for Paul, and Good Buddy and Meaningful Star for Mark. Horses to follow. we'll be doing about once a month now here on Racing to Win. OK, now we start to look forward to Happy Valley then on Wednesday night. The 9-race programme is meeting number 69 of the season, and we are on the A course as well. The 2 jockeys not in action, Neil Callan and Dylan Moe. Neil will be back on the 27th and Dylan back on the 9th. You can see no Class 5 racing for us. We start off with a mixture of 4 and 3s and then finish off with a pair of Class 3s and a really good Class 2 1200-metre sprint to finish. So we're going to have a look at a couple of races here this afternoon. Remembering that you can see all 9 races previewed on the website, hkjc.com. But we're going to start off with race number 7 here, which is Class 3 over the 1200 metres, headed by Stanley Park. Blake Shin will be jumping from barrier number 3 here. You'd imagine pushing forward as well. Dancing Fighter returns from a little bit of a break. We haven't seen him since January. McLucky, he's had 2 starts. Good second to Young Legend last time out. Stock Legends had a good season as well, and we win 4 of his 7. Harmony Holmes, a course and distance winner as well. Pinghai Galaxy, 4th from a bit of a break last time out. Wood on Fire, he was well, he's had a good season, winning 3 times so far this campaign. And then down to Forte, another one for Casper Fowles. Matthew Chaddock rides him his first try here at Happy Valley. Now, we'll have a look at the speed map and a couple of key races as well as far as this is concerned, guys. Good, we're saying, in the early stages, and I think we've got a couple of likely horses to go forward, including McLucky, who's drawn low. He's drawn barrier number 2, Andrew. Stanley Park can punch up too. He's drawn between McLucky and Forte, who's got barrier number 6. So there is some potential, Paul, to be a line of 3 early here because all 3 leave the gates very quickly.
Yeah, they do. I think it might be on the good to fast side with all that extra pace in the race. So they might set it up for something just slightly in behind. But look, both those 3 your horse mentioned can lead. Pinghai Galaxy's drawn a little bit awkwardly. You can see him out wide there. So he's going to try and have to slot in somewhere. He's going to look at there or there, I think, with Pinghai Galaxy, and Stock Legends to get the perfect right. All right, so a bit of possible movement as far as the speed map is concerned. What about the track work, Paul? Well, there's a couple of key pieces here. I thought Dancing Fighter, because we hadn't seen him for a while, he's quite keen down the back straight here with Joe Moreira aboard. He had a decent jump out and really went well, I thought. You can see he really wants to go on with it, so he looks ready to go, and his fresh up record's not too bad. And along with Forte, this is the same morning. Now, Forte was a little bit slower with his time, but he hasn't been to Happy Valley under race conditions before. But we know he's got plenty of ability with 1 win from his 4 starts. So I thought those 2 sort of stood out as far as this race is concerned. All right, Forte, of course, with the lightweight as well. We'll start off, though, with this effort from, well, McLucky primarily, I suppose, Mark, finishing in 2nd, but Wood on Fire, Kaishin Dragon and Stanley Park not too far behind. You can see the early charge here, Andrew, as we pick it up just after the start. Stanley Park has to do some work around the first turn. He's got a much better barrier this week, but McLucky's on the inside of him, Paul, and that should be enough, especially with the 7 pounds off the back with Jerry Chow. He fought on solidly, McLucky. Wood on Fire is going to get a good run through on the rail. He had every chance there, and Kaishin Dragon's been largely disappointing, and barrier number 11's no help. I think that just backs up what we said about the speed map as well. You could see that they really pushed on with Stanley Park, so I think they will again in this from the inside draw. But it was a really improved run here from McLucky. Look, he's only had the 2 starts, and this second behind Young Legend, I thought, was a lot improved effort. And it was only his first start at Happy Valley as well. Yeah, he only got to him late, Young Legend, and he had the rest of them well beat as well. But what about, again, from the start here, Paul, Stock Legend, who can be slow out, but OK this night, Island Shine, Harmony and Home and Strive for Glory. It doesn't seem to bother him because the time he was slow out, he absolutely bolted in. But you can see he's learned, barrier manners have been good. Now, he's got a new jockey. Zach Purton will be aboard because because Joe's now riding Dancing Fighter. But you can see him get himself into a lovely position there. And I think with these 3 horses that want to go forward, he's just going to sit behind the pace. And I think he's going to get the best run in the race, Stock Legend. So he looks like one of the main chances for me. Island Shine, watch him run home here as well, Mark. He hit the line nicely. He did indeed, Paul. Harmony Home was a little bit disappointing because he followed the winner into the race. He holds his spot, but couldn't go with Stock Legend. Strive for Glory still has that issue with the starts. We saw it there. He's slow out and he needs to mend those manners. Stock Legend's been a whole lot better, and with Paul Andrew from barrier number 1 with the speed in front of him, he's just going to get a great trip in behind the leader. And Transcendent ducking back to the inside there. Look out for him. He's running Wednesday night as well. But Pinghai Galaxy here, Mark, this was his first up effort from a bit of a break behind the runner, and there's plenty to like about it. There was indeed, and he's a horse that hasn't raced particularly well fresh, but his second up record isn't good either, having had 3 starts with
nothing in the first 3 columns here, and he's drawn barrier number 9, Paul. It's 1,200 metres again. He had barrier number 1. He's going to be fitter. He kept on okay, but from barrier number 9 with that second up record was the worry for me.
Yeah, I agree totally. Yeah, the second up record doesn't look good, and just we saw in that speed map, he's just going to need a bit of luck as well.
OK, one more to have a look at then, Paul, and it's Dancing Fighter back at the trials. He looked very progressive when he first hit the track, and he has won 3 from 9. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a nice horse, Dancing Fighter. I think he's one of the main chances in the race. Joe Moreira from barrier 5, and it's a really good trial here, I thought, from him. This is only over 800 metres, I should say, but from barrier 5, he's going to get every chance.
That horse in the pink, who he beats by a length and a half, is Carrying Spirit, who came out and won on debut on the weekend at Sha Tin. So the trial form has already been proven, and he's a nice horse, is Dancing Fighter.
Yeah, and Ping Hai Bravo just behind them as well. So it was a decent trial there. Stock Legend, though, Paul, is our favourite.
Yeah, and he is. And I quite like Stock Legend in this contest. I just think from the barrier number 1, he's going to get every opportunity. The race should be set up for him with those 3 horses going for the front. So he's on top. Dancing Fighter, another one who shouldn't be too far away. And if he can get a bit of luck just in behind as well. Of the ones in front, I thought McLucky and then Forte in there for 4th. So 4, 2, 3 and 11.
Same top 3 as Paul, just a different order. Going for Dancing Fighter, he races very well when fresh. 5 starts, 1 win in 2 seconds. The trial was strong. The trial form is strong also. McLucky gets that £7 claim for Jerry Chow with early speed. Stock Legend is going to be behind him, but he does go up £9 for that last start win. And one horse that will be suited by the speed is Wood on Fire. He'll get back and do no work. 2, 3, 4 and 9.
I'll stick with McLucky. Made him a horse to follow off that last effort and think he can go in again. All right, race number 9 will be in part 2 of the show. Really good class 2 of the 1,200 metres. Plus, we'll get the tips through 1 through 9 from Paul as well. And the best bets and the long shots as well. Still plenty to come here on Racing to Win. Race 9 on the card then at Happy Valley is a Class 2 contest over the 1,200 metres. Really good lineup as well, headed by Will Power. Now, his 5 wins have been on the all-weather, but he has placed from his 2 goes here over course and distance. California Rad returning to his happy hunting ground as well, a 4-time course and distance with a Silver Fig on a hat-trick after winning his last 2 on the dirt. We got Handsome Bobo run up in his last 2 starts. Draws a gate, though, this week. Wind and Grass ever consistent. Lobo's Legend back from a little bit of a break. Guy Dragon, 2 from 2 course and distance. Igniting, beaten favourite a couple of starts back, missed his last intended run. Snap Fit comes up in class for a strong win in Class 3. That was over the 1,200 metres. An Invincible Missile eligible for a lower class of a mark of 80. They take the lightweight here, and Alex Lai in the saddle. Now again, the speed map first here, Mark, and as far as the pace is concerned, we're actually saying it's not going to be that frantic in the early stage. Does Igniting get it by himself?
He needs to, because reading the steward's report last time, Andrew, it was suggested that up in class he wasn't suited by the speed sitting outside him. So if he pushes forward, Paul, he's a different horse, which was reported in that steward's report. Handsome Bobo's been fractious in the gates but won a trial up at Chungfa. He's handy. What about your horse California Rad? You reckon he'll be 3rd on the outside, or he might even try and push on and pressure Igniting?
I don't think he will. No, I think he'd be quite happy where if he lands there, he's going to be in a fantastic position. Lobo's Legends coming back after a spell. Silver Fig's missed the start at a few starts, so have a look at Silver Fig. I think he might be a little bit further back with Hong Kong Bet and him swapping places. I think he can go there. Guy Dragon, now he gets back as well. He's going to need some luck from that draw.
So Igniting to lead, but yeah, the steward's report, they weren't disappointed with him last time, Andrew, Igniting, but the speed of class number 2 was the reason they thought he might have been brought undone, and he has missed that start since.
All right, OK. We'll have a look at some key races in a moment, but Lobo's Legend returns a bit of a break. So let's hear from his trainer, Paul O'Sullivan.
Paul, Lobo's Legend, he's returning from a fetlock injury. How is he?
Yeah, he's fine. He actually cracked his cannon bone sort of very early in the season, had a nice amount of time off, and subsequently he's had a trial, which I thought was good, and he's got a pretty good fresh record. 1,200 metres could be a little bit short for him, but fresh up from a reasonably good gate, you can see him running a good race.
2 starts ago, he was able to win for you in Class 3 and then ran a good race on the dirt in Class 2. Is this a grade that he's capable of winning at, do you think?
Well, I really haven't had him long enough to answer that. But a fair bit I'll learn a fair bit on Wednesday evening, but he can come back if necessary, and he'll be very competitive again.
Derek Lung riding, he's in terrific form at the moment, Paul.
Yeah, no, he's riding great, Derek. So he's got a baby on the way, that probably helps a bit. So no, he's going well.
Your own form, 19 winners for the season, 31 last season. There's still about 20 meetings left to go. How do you feel the stable's going, Paul?
Yeah, I think the stable's going okay for what we've got. The young horses, there'll be a lot we're ready to step out early next season that probably won't get to race this season. And amongst them, there's 3 or 4 that are shaping up really well. So, we'd like to get close to last year's target. There's plenty of time left.
And then do you head into next season thinking that there's a bit to be optimistic about?
Yeah, I come into every season being optimistic, You've got to be if you live here in Hong Kong, but no, next season will be fine.
Paul O'Sullivan chatting with Ed Sadler there at Trackwork about Lobo's legend. What about his rivals, though, Mark? Because we've got a couple of really smart horses, in particular this one we'll start with here in California Rad. Now, he's been at Sha Tin for his last few starts, but he's surely going to be happier back here at Happy Valley. Wind and Grass, ever consistent, gets back, stays on. And, well, Hong Kong Brett's worth considering, but this is a really good form line, this one, because Courier Wonder's the winner.
He is indeed. I won't go too deep into California Rad. We'll let Paul touch on him, but found a spot for Wind and Grass. He's only had 1 start in Class 2 at Happy Valley, and he did run second behind Massive Pocket, beaten a length and a half. He's got that wide draw to overcome, but he does love racing around the valley. But your boy Paul, California Rad, nicely placed here. Yeah,
he should get a nice run, I think. I know it looks awkward on paper, barrier 10, but we saw that speed map with him. He just faded out a little bit late here. Look, he's had 11 starts over the course and distance, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, only been out of the money once. So you're going to get a good run.
All right. All weather here, but Silver Fig, this was some sort of performance from the back, flies home down the outside to get the win. Will Power back in 6th place, actually dead heats for 6th, and we got Hong Kong Bet once more trailing them in. But Silver Fig, Paul, switching surfaces, what are your thoughts? Yeah,
I think he's better on the all-weather, to be honest with you. He's had 1 start at Happy Valley, that's just the 1 go. He's drawn barrier number 2. Now, he has missed the start, so he won't want to really miss the start from barrier 2. But look, we know he's got a good turn of finish, and he did hit the line strongly here. Will Power, look, all his wins have been on the all-weather, but he has raced a couple of times at Happy Valley. The apprentice claim will definitely help him. Barrier 12 won't.
Yeah, left out Silver Fig, but he has won twice on the turf. They were both in Class 4, but I just think the bigger track of Sha Tin, even on the all-weather, is better suited to his racing style. All
right, bit to pick up here from the gates. Handsome Bobo eventually finishing 2nd. We've got Will Power once more down here on the inside. He runs 3rd. Shining Gem in the purple, eventually 5th. Hong Kong Bet, he's featuring just about every single one of these replays, hasn't he? And Igniting, who shows a fair bit of early dash igniting, but whether that cost him in the closing stages, I suppose, Mark, is open to debate.
That's the thing, and it's Class 2 again for him. Handsome Bobo's drawn a barrier, Andrew. He's in barrier number 3. He's had 11 and 10 when running 2nd behind Racing Fighter and Kerpenny. And you can see around that first turn, he's a bit keen. He's got the head up. He's got Igniting in front of him, pushing on. He's done work here, Paul. He's been up to Chung Fa. He was fractious in the gates. If he jumps, he's going to be very hard to beat. Will Power's raced well at Happy Valley, but he's had good draws both times. Barrier 12 this week.
Yeah, I think Igniting wants to get to the rail. That's the key for that horse. And the one you're talking about, Handsome Bobo, look, he's drawn wide in his last couple of starts and had to work a bit. But he's at the top of his ratings. He's up at a rating of 88. But he's just going so well for the new stable at the moment. And he just hit the line strongly. So he's hard to leave out.
All right, last one we're going to have a look at is the last start winner, and this is Snap Fit. As we pick it up, he's a long way back here, but you just watch Alfie Chan, gives him a perfect ride, Paul, ducks back to the inside and gets it down the rail. Yeah, and that was the key for him, wasn't it? It was an absolute perfect run for the horse. There was a little bit of money from late, but he was still a decent price. You can see the rail opened up for him and he came through and he won nicely. So it was a good win. Whether he can do 2 in a row, I know he has run them in a row before, but second up, his record, he's been placed once.
He's a lightly raced 6-year-old, and this is his first time in Class 2, so he's got no weight on his back with 116 pounds. That Sparkling Dragon, California Concord, it's not the worst race in the world, but he does have to find another length or 2 this week.
Yeah, he's won 4 of his 9 starts so far. It's a pretty good record, isn't he? And Alfie certainly enjoyed that one as well, but this is obviously a little bit harder. So what are you thinking here, Paul? I'm assuming California Rad for you?
Yeah, I am. I do like the horse, and coming back to Happy Valley over his favourite trip, I think is ideal. On paper, barrier 10, but we saw that speed map. I think he can get outside or just one back or in the 1-1, and if he does, I think he's going to be very tough to beat. Handsome Bobo from the lower draw, he'll run a really good race, there's no question there. I think he's in good form at the moment. Igniting needs to get to the front. I think that's the key for him. Guy Dragon, he's unbeaten in course and distance. He's drawn awkwardly, that's the query on him. I've got him in on a 4th line though, but I think the 2 can win this, 2, 5, 10 and 8.
Handsome Bobo, it's all about the draw. Barry, number 3, after having double-figured gates at his previous 2 starts. Been to Chungfa, freshened up, comes back in good form. Been racing horses like Kirpany and Racing Fighter. California Rad, 4-time winner around here at Happy Valley, and he has carried big weight in the past. Wind and Grass is going to like coming back to Happy Valley, and Willpower, despite the draw, he is 2 for 2 on the grass at Happy Valley. 5-2, 6 and 1.
Yeah, 5 and 2 for me as well. Handsome Bobo, I think from that gate, probably the one to beat. All right, Paul, 9 races on the programme, 9 winners, please, as well.
Yeah, simple as that, isn't it? Look, it's some good races earlier on. Horses are like, I thought Telecom Fighters led all the way last time. It was a strong race. He bet Helene Wisdom Star. I think he can do something similar. Telecom Fighters. Harmony Fire can bounce back. Didn't have much luck last time. He's only had the 4 starts. I think he can win race number 3. Moonluck has been racing really well recently, so I do like Moonluck. And the other one I do like later on in the card is Special M. He's a first starter. He's had 6 trials to get him ready and improved a lot when the blinkers went on.
And again, a reminder that you can find the video previews for all of those races on the website as usual. Right, as far as the best bets and each way plays are concerned, Paul, where are we going this week? I'm
going to go with the last race here, California Rad. I think he can win that last race. He loves the course and distance. 4 wins and 3 seconds and 3/3. And then, so he's on top, California Rad. The long shot, I'm going to go with a Special M. He's had 6 trials, get him ready. The blinkers went on and he improved a lot. And the play 5, 7 and 10, Special M, Majestic Star and Fighting Star QQP.
A race 8 Majestic Star, drawn 1, trialled really well around Happy Valley. Joe rode in the trial, he's on race night 2. Stormtrooper's got a wide draw, chased home Super Axiom, who failed with excuses but beat Family Folks in the trial. And 5, 7, 11, the QQP race 6.
All right, best for me, race number 7. Jerry Chow, Lucky, I think with the £7 claim can certainly help, and it should be a double for Jerry as well. Total Power for David Hall in the previous race. Dancing Fighter, Lucky and Stock Legend, the QQP for me in race number 7. Well, there you go, pretty much out of time. Saturday racing at Sha Tin, then Wednesday night racing at Sha Tin as well. But that's the show. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, and we will be racing to win.